Good morning. Time for another Take Time Tuesday. We start by breathing, so breathe in. Breathe out. One of my favorite songs of all time would be Who Wants to Live Forever by Queen. And the song was written for the movie Highlander, and when you read the lyrics, it's very poignant. It's all about discussing how we live in a moment in time and we should cherish that. And the same can be said when it comes to the people around you that start to succumb to illness and age and your role around them. We as humans don't like to deal with death. We don't like to deal with decline. We watch people slowly devolve around us, and it's very uncomfortable. But it's also a part of the human experience. It's something that we have to reconcile with because we don't live in a vacuum. We can't just ignore it all, pretend it's all not happening. And even the most well-adjusted person still mourns, still grieves, still experiences loss, and has a hard time coming to terms with that. So what does that mean for us? Well, it really depends. For some people, it's too much to deal with. They suppress it and they move on until everything eventually explodes within, because eventually it will explode within. We should instead take the time to remember what brought us to that point. In the case of loved ones, remembering the positive points in their life and being there in their final moments to make sure that they're comfortable, whether they're cognizant of you being there or not. I have often had conversations with people as to whether in those final moments I want to be aware or not. And ultimately it doesn't matter. If you are on the outside looking in, you need to be there. You need to be a comforting presence in their final moments, because realistically it's about them, and it will help you in the long term too. It will help you move through the stages of grief in time, especially if you focus on that which has happened in your shared life that was positive, that was memorable, or that helped you be who you are. Death is never easy. It's probably the worst thing that can happen to someone because it's the most terminal, although I would argue a lifetime of suffering, but that's a tangent. Remember that we're all in this together, and that eventually you have no choice but to accept the consequences of it happening around you. What's important is how you show that to the people that are experiencing it around you, and whether you internalize it or allow yourself to heal. Something to think about. Y'all have a good day.